Imagine the devastation of a sacred journey turning into unimaginable tragedy in an instant. That's the heartbreaking reality facing dozens of Indian pilgrims in Saudi Arabia right now. A horrific bus collision near the holy city of Medina has left 45 lives hanging in the balance, and families back home are desperate for answers. Stick with us as we unpack this unfolding story, from the frantic response efforts to the leaders stepping up in solidarity. Tragic bus tanker crash shakes Indian pilgrim community on Monday, November 17, 2025. A devastating accident struck about 25 kilometers from Medina, where a passenger bus carrying Indian Umrah pilgrims, folks on a deeply spiritual trip to perform lesser pilgrimage rites in Islam, slammed into an oil tanker. For those new to this, Umrah is like a voluntary version of the Hajj, drawing millions to Mecca and Medina each year for reflection and worship. Official reports indicate there were 46 souls on board, with just one survivor currently receiving medical care. This isn't just numbers. It's a profound loss for families who sent their loved ones on what should have been a life-changing voyage. Hyderabad connections and heartfelt responses from leadership. Many of those affected hailed from Hyderabad, Telangana, as they traveled from Mecca to Medina. Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy, visibly shaken, has voiced his profound sorrow and mobilized state resources swiftly. He's directed his Chief Secretary, K. Ramakrishna Rao, and Director General of Police, B. Shivdar Reddy, to link up immediately with the Indian Embassy in Riyadh and the Saudi Embassy. Their mission? Gather every detail on the incident, pinpoint how many from Telangana were involved, and roll out urgent aid without a moment's delay. And here's a key update most people might overlook. The group had flown from Hyderabad to Jeddah on November 9th, with plans to head back home on November 23rd. 4 had safely switched to a car for the Medina leg on November 16th, and another 4 stayed in Mecca, leaving the 46 who boarded that fateful bus around 4 p.m. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has extended his deepest condolences, a gesture that underscores the national grief rippling through India. Similarly, External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar shared his shock on social media, assuring that the embassy in Riyadh and consulate in Jeddah are pulling out all stops to support the victims' families and any injured. Political unity in the face of crisis. Opposition voices are joining the chorus of support too. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge expressed deep sadness over this heart-wrenching tragedy, calling on the central government to team up closely with state officials for relief efforts. He even instructed the Telangana CM to extend every possible help and is keeping a close eye on developments. Hyderabad MP Asaduddin Owaisi, deeply anguished, has urged the Ministry of External Affairs for immediate action, including speeding up the repatriation of the deceased to Hyderabad. He's already reached out to the Deputy Chief of Mission, Consul General, and even the travel agencies, Flyzone and Al Makkah Hajj and Umrah, that arranged the trip. Telangana's Minority Affairs Minister, Muhammad Azharuddin, echoed the pain, offering prayers for the affected, particularly Hyderabad families, and highlighting the CM's proactive steps. On the national front, Minority Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju also sent condolences, showing a rare moment of cross-party compassion. But here's where it gets controversial. With so many pilgrims from one region, some are questioning if travel safety protocols for Umrah groups need a serious overhaul, especially on busy Saudi routes. Is this an isolated mishap or a sign of deeper issues in coordinating international religious tourism? We'll dive deeper as more facts emerge. Support hotlines and control rooms. How families can get help. In response to this crisis, round-the-clock control rooms have sprung up to bridge the gap for worried relatives. At the Consulate General of India in Jeddah, you can reach out via these lines for updates and assistance. Toll-free 800-244-003, 012614093, 012614276. WhatsApp +966 556 122301. Back in India, Telangana Bhavan in New Delhi has its own dedicated setup. with senior officials directly coordinating with the Riyadh embassy to verify involvement from the state and compile comprehensive details. Contact them here. Miss Vandana, P.S. to Resident Commissioner Liaison Head, +91 98719 99044. Sri C.H. Chakravarthi, Public Relations Officer, +91 99583 22143. Sri Rakshith Nail, Liaison Officer, +91 96437 23157. These resources are lifelines explaining step-by-step how authorities are verifying identities and arranging logistics, vital for beginners navigating such international emergencies. Demographics of the heartbreak. To paint a fuller picture, the bus carried a balanced group, 18 men, 18 women, along with 5 girls and 5 boys. The sole survivor, Mohammed Abdul Shoaib, is under treatment, offering a glimmer of hope amid the sorrow. Families of the victims are understandably anxious, waiting agonizingly for confirmation as news trickles in. The bigger picture, a call for reflection. This tragedy hits hard, especially since the Pilgrims were set to stay in Medina until November 22nd, cherishing moments at one of Islam's holiest sites. And this is the part most people miss. While accidents like this are rare, they spotlight the vulnerabilities in group travel abroad. Should governments mandate stricter safety checks for religious tours, or is it more about improving Saudi infrastructure? What do you think? Have similar oversights happened before? And how can we prevent them? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's spark a discussion on making these journeys safer for everyone. Our hearts go out to all touched by this loss, and we'll keep updating as the situation evolves.